Good afternoon. Thank you all for joining us for this news conference today, and thank you to Margie Propp for providing her interpretation services once again. Each day in my role as mayor, I have the pleasure of working alongside a phenomenal group of department directors who function as our city's leadership team. I rely on these cabinet members to provide responsive and reliable service to our community. These dedicated and tireless leaders provide direction for their department staff. They work to develop partnerships with stakeholders and continually improve our performance of the work we do in order to best serve our residents. I'm especially grateful to these individuals who could not have imagined the circumstances we have had to address this past year. They have risen to these challenges with grace and grit, and I am proud to be a part of this city team. So today I want to update you on the steps we are taking to fill one of those key positions, the search for a new Lincoln Police Chief. I want to first acknowledge the work of Acting Chief Brian Jackson and thank him for his service leading LPD during the past month, and I look forward to continuing to work with him as we undertake the search for a permanent chief. Our goal here is to identify a police chief who best meets the unique needs of Lincoln's vibrant, diverse, and growing community, and my priority throughout the search process is to listen. I plan to listen to the residents of our community, to the sworn officers and staff at LPD, and to the stakeholders and partners who work with the department on a daily basis. To date, I have received some initial input from members of the department and community stakeholders. And today, we are kicking off a robust 4-week public engagement process to gather insight from our larger community. I encourage community members to participate in the effort to identify the best person to take on the challenge of leading this important public safety agency. And I call on all residents to take a few minutes to provide input on the skills and qualities that they would like to see in Lincoln's next police chief. We will also provide an opportunity for the public to submit potential interview questions for the candidates. One of the tools we will use to secure feedback related to the importance of certain qualities our residents want to see in candidates for the position is an online survey. The survey consists of 4 questions and includes an opportunity to submit a potential interview question. You can find that survey now on our website at lincoln.ne.gov/police chief search. And for those community members who may lack access to or are uncomfortable utilizing the online tool, we also have established a phone number where people may take the survey. And that phone number is 402-441-1877. The phone line will be staffed 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, beginning this afternoon. Paper copies of the survey will be available at all Lincoln City Libraries starting tomorrow, Friday, February 19th. And patrons may ask for a copy of the survey at the front desk of any branch and then return their completed survey to a library staff member. This survey is only one way that we will be reaching out to the community to hear what priorities are most important to them. We also are actively scheduling listening sessions and focus groups with various constituencies to engage them in this phase of the search. And because of the pandemic and because of our interest in involving significant numbers of resident voices, the focus groups will take the form of online sessions. And the nature of the focus groups and the dates that they will be held will be posted on our website next Monday at lincoln.ne.gov/police chief search. We will distribute those dates widely. And finally, I am also engaging with our police department officers and staff during this time. I'll be visiting with officers at lineups, our 911 dispatch center employees, command staff, and others through small meetings that are being scheduled in an effort to hear from members of the department directly about their priorities for the new chief. We anticipate that this public engagement effort will wrap up by March 19th, and at the end of this public information gathering phase, a final job description will be completed, and we will start the search process for potential candidates. We anticipate that the position will be posted by the end of March. I'm pleased to announce that we are working with a nationally recognized organization to assist with our search process. The Police Executive Research Forum, also known as PERF, is a police research and policy organization and a provider of management services, technical assistance, and executive level education to support law enforcement agencies. PERF helps to improve the delivery of police services through the exercise of strong national leadership, public debate of police and criminal justice issues, and research and policy development. And for 30 years, PERF has identified the most skilled professionals in the field and has assisted city leaders in recruiting and selecting well-qualified candidates. PERF's in-depth knowledge and understanding of policing in the United States and other nations provides an unparalleled foundation for the provision of executive search services. PERF is familiar with the issues and the top leaders in the field of policing. And over the past decade, PERF has assisted more than 75 executive searches, providing organizations with a highly qualified and diverse national candidate pool from which to select a new police leader. Their work with other cities has continued throughout the pandemic, so they are familiar with how to coordinate a successful search for this type of position within the context of COVID-19. And I'm very pleased to have their assistance with this important process. Looking ahead to the final phase of the process, we anticipate that approximately 3 to 4 weeks after the application deadline, vetted candidates will participate in interviews with an interview panel, which is being formed now and should be finalized shortly. The panel will narrow candidates to a small number of recommended finalists, and at that point, we will facilitate an additional public forum to allow the community to give final input on the candidates before a job offer is made. The final action step will be approval by the City Council of my selection, which we anticipate will take place in late June. And with that, I'd be happy to open it up for questions.
Mayor Riley with the Journal Star.
Hi, Riley.
Hi. I'm getting a little feedback. Does the search process you outlined, does it focus specifically on an external candidate, or will internal candidates be able to apply in this search like they were in the previous police chief search?
We're looking at far and wide and near and far. We are open to anyone who is interested in serving the people of Lincoln. So if an internal candidate decides to apply, they will be a part of this process too. Other questions?
Second follow-up question. Sure. You were a council member at the time, but what was your sort of thoughts on the previous search, and did you make any changes to that process to address current conditions or concerns in the community?
Gosh, that's a long time ago. I wasn't real involved in that search, but I did attend a public forum. So I think like last time, there will be an opportunity for the public to meet the candidates, perhaps virtually. I don't know yet if that will be virtual or in person, Riley. It's hard to say right now at this stage because of the pandemic, but we would like an opportunity for there to be, a public interaction with the finalists. So that will be the same. We are taking an approach that's recommended by PERF. We have consulted them on the layout of this process. We think it's really important to have robust community engagement, robust department engagement, robust engagement with folks who are partners to the department and helping us to deliver excellent public safety services. So I think we're going to see for the next month a real focus on that aspect so that will inform the search from the very beginning. And it's not clear to me, I don't know if that was the way they approached it in the past. Other questions? Other questions? All right. Well, if there are no other questions, I just want to say once again that the survey address for this phase of the search is lincoln.ne.gov/police chief search, and the phone number to take the survey is 402-441-1877. And Lincoln is a great community that gets better every day, and I am confident that we will find a new police chief to join the other stellar members of our city leadership team. Thank you so much for tuning in.